Hello my friends, it's Executive Coach Ed DeCosta with another episode of my Get Edified video blog. This week I'm going to talk to you about goals, roles, and rules. Now what are those? You know those words, but what am I talking about? Now for a long time I've been either part of a team, many teams, I've led teams, and then after my corporate career I've done a whole lot of coaching and leading of teams from the outside, and certainly facilitating teams through issues and challenges. While there are as many problems and challenges in teamwork and team effectiveness as there are teams, goals, roles, and rules is a quick litmus test that I do to help me at best diagnose exactly what's going on, or at worst at least give me a clue as to where to dig deeper. So I challenge each and every one of you, if you're on a team, or in particular if you're the leader of a team, to ask these questions: goals, roles, and rules. The first one: what is our goal? Can every member of that team, not in like a rehearsed speech or a memorized speech, but in their own way, their own words, articulate what the team's purpose is? How are we defining success? What is the scoreboard? When we're done and we're wildly successful and we're all high-fiving, what have we accomplished? Everyone on the team ought to be able to answer that basic question. And if they can't, hello, you got a problem on that team. The second one is roles. Think about, and I've used this so many times, think about a team picture. What's the first thing that you look at in a photo of your family or any group that you're in particular a team? The first thing for most people is yourself. You look for yourself. And it's a metaphor, but it's also, I think, very indicative of human nature. We want to understand what our contribution is to the team. And if we can't, well then we're lost. It's that old WIIFM, what's in it for me? What's my role? Everyone has a right to feel valued, respected, and really acknowledged for their contribution. Everyone ought to be able to answer the question, hey, what's your role on this team? And if they can't, well, leader, you've got an issue. And the third one, of course, is what are the rules? And I am not talking about some big rule book procedure manual. I'm talking about the basic constraints of any project: cost, schedule, and quality. Cost, how much money? What's the budget? What are our resource constraints? People ought to be able to know, should know what those are in general. They don't necessarily have to know all of the specifics, but in general they need to understand that element of the rules. The schedule. What are the deadlines? What is our deliverable? What is the delivery date? Is it a customer? Is it a trade show? What is the deadline? And what is the critical path? And more importantly, am I on the critical path? So if a day delay by me causes the entire project to be delayed, boy, it'd be really good for me to know that as a team member. And then quality, which kind of harkens back to the first one, which is, what is our goal? Who's the customer? How are they going to define satisfaction or, ecstasy with regard to what it is we're delivering? So what is our quality standard? How are we going to define done? And then the fourth of four is really, what is our communication? What are our communication rules? Are we going to communicate every day, every hour, once a week? What is the breadth and depth of our communication? So I can normalize my own communication to fit the constraints of that team. Too many times you see team players that are either communicating excessively, way too much for team norms, and that causes a slowdown and causes anxiety among other team members, or you can quite often see it go the other way, where people are not communicating, but they think they're just doing their job. Just do my job. And if everyone just does their job, everything will be performed at an optimal level, and that's not actually true. So as a leader, you have an obligation to make sure that you're communicating what the communication standards are within that team as well. So again, this is not an exhaustive list, but these are my top tricks and tips for assessing from the outside perspective What are the issues and challenges facing a particular team? And then we can move forward to try to resolve those and get the team back on track. Again, my name is Ed DeCosta, and I hope you found this helpful, informative. And wherever you are in this great, big, beautiful world of ours, make it a great day.